Hello, my name is Jacob Hengel, and I'm the Chief Technology Officer and a co-founder of YourSix. Welcome to PSaaS, the value of physical security as a service. For those of you who are not familiar with YourSix, we were founded in 2015 as a purely partner-focused SaaS company. Our cloud platform is unique in the channel as it takes a cloud-native approach to physical security and operations. YourSix was awarded the Cloud Partner of the Year by Axis 2 years in a row, as well as recent rankings on the Inc. 500 and VET 100. Quite explosive growth with the demand for moving surveillance cameras into the cloud and the associated operational enhancements that are available via analytics and AI. YourSix's vision is to transform the way physical security is delivered and utilized. This is by way of both cloud technologies as well as business intelligence gained via machine learning and deep learning. What is physical security as a service? YourSix defines this as the delivery of video surveillance, physical access control, video intercoms, sensors, analytics and AI, and video monitoring, all able to be bundled and delivered as a service through a cloud-native approach. What advantages do we have? YourSix owns and operates our cloud software entirely in-house, and the platform is built for the channel. This allows us to be incredibly nimble to changing market dynamics and respond with diligence for large opportunities. We do not have to wait on third parties to make adjustments to underlying software. YourSix provides end users the ability to oversee any number of facilities all through a single pane of glass. For example, if a customer is focused on how their employees interact with their customers, our client could quickly drag and drop the lobby camera from 20 different sites into a single view that allows them to see those interactions. As a physical security company born in the cloud, we treat cybersecurity with the utmost importance. We have implemented incredible next-generation technology like breached password detection to protect your customers. This entails scanning the dark web for known breached username and password combinations and preventing clients from using such credentials. We additionally offer support for a range of identity providers, including Azure AD as well as Okta. Our adaptive multi-factor authentication suite offers the perfect balance for providing multiple factors for authentication while also reducing the friction for customers. Our newly enhanced user interface also provides for methods to leverage deep learning for filtering out cluttered video search. For example, only playing video where a human being may have entered a predefined area of a scene. No false alerts or recording on blowing trees or shadows. Now we move on to why cloud. This question is very similar in physical security as it is to other technologies that leverage the cloud. For the same reason that customers don't want to have to manually patch, maintain, and upkeep a phone system, customers don't want to have to do this with their security system either. It is far more productive and cost-effective to automate those procedures utilizing the cloud. Let's break these core concepts down as to how they relate to physical security. The cloud gives clients rapid scalability. We are able to transition out of proof of concepts with 20 or 30 cameras and directly roll into thousands of camera rollouts. By eliminating the need for an appliance or server, we also eliminate a glaring single point of failure that traditional security systems lean on. YourSix connects intelligent cameras directly to the cloud without the need for an NVR or the proxy appliances that some of our competitors leverage. We call those kind of cloud solutions. Eliminating those boxes also greatly reduces the upfront hardware expense as well as the time needed to maintain the life cycle of those. The cloud is additionally far more simple to deploy than traditional systems. In YourSix OS, no project time is needed for building a server and staging software. Instead, support can dive straight into configuring an account. Once basic configuration is set up, the installer presses a single button on the camera that tells it to securely phone home to the cloud. The customer does not need to configure firewall rules or port forwarding in NAT. Once the devices are in the cloud, YourSix automation kicks in and will not only keep the cloud platform up to date, but will also maintain the firmware on the cameras for security reasons as well. During the entire lifespan of the service, YourSix OS provides proactive health monitoring, which works to recover any devices that might go offline or be impacted. YourSix also greatly limits downtime by providing a high level of redundancy. This includes geographically dispersed cloud regions, but also 3 different options for where to store video footage. This includes inside the camera itself, so that even local area network problems do not interrupt recording. All the camera needs is power. Secondly, our intelligent storage allows for continuous or intelligent recordings out to the cloud to provide the lightest impact on bandwidth possible, as well as on an optional NAS device on site if a customer needs it for some type of compliance. It's important to note, NAS storage is just inexpensive file storage. The brains of the platform are always in the cloud, so customers who don't want any box on site do not need to install a NAS. Another advantage of removing the need for a proxy server is the ability to install security devices anywhere. Whether it is a camera in a remote parking lot or a security gate at a construction site, YourSix never requires an appliance. Many happy customers have deployed solar solutions that are backed by LTE. This provides customers with a single pane of glass to manage systems from any device, anywhere they have internet connection. Further, with full web browser capabilities, customers do not have to install and maintain thick clients and software. YourSix clients find tremendous value in investing into an open platform. This means that YourSix will not lock a client into the use of our SaaS by selling a proprietary device that only works in our environment. Instead, YourSix leverages world-class open platform devices that can be integrated or used in other software sets as the client deems necessary. Further, with support for over 350 devices, we can execute on any scenario, from low-cost retail to explosion-proof thermal cameras. We take being an open company very seriously. This also means that we are committed to an open ecosystem of analytics providers as well. It is literally impossible to make an analytic for every customer use case that might exist under one company. By providing APIs and building support alongside best-in-class analytics providers, customers always end up with the right solution they need. That brings us to our last value slide, where we briefly talk about AAA, authentication, authorization, and accounting. As a security company, YourSix is very big on logging and compliance. Customers who have strict vendor management can be comfortable with YourSix as their physical security partner in the cloud. Now, a key takeaway for everyone must be the transition away from surveillance systems being used just for security. YourSix OS provides more capabilities than ever to use the same assets for operational and visual intelligence. Analytics like queue monitoring, 3D sensors for people counting, and more give situational and business data than ever before. The surveillance camera is the ultimate IoT sensor and provides a massive array of capabilities. This might be identifying dwell times in retail, identifying jet turnaround times in transportation, or enabling a smart city with tracking of how many people are in crosswalks during certain times of the day. Now let's pause for a brief demonstration of YourSix OS. Alright, let's dive into the demo. In this case I have opened up Google Chrome and I'm going to type in platform.yoursix.com, enter in my email address. I have disabled MFA just for the sake of demo purposes here. Obviously I always recommend that in production environments for clients. I'm going to complete this CAPTCHA, prove that I'm not a robot, and click continue. Here I can see we're loading up our Lake Drive view, and let's conduct a case review. Let's pretend we had an incident. So I'm going to zoom out on the timeline here. We'll see our events come in, and I'm going to go ahead and just hone in on this event right here. Let's see what plays. Okay, so we have a white truck entering the scene, and you can see the deep learning part of the platform hard at work here. So I've got a red bounding box showing that an alarm, the video is an alarm state. I've got a blue bounding box around the object that was identified that triggered that, and then I can see the actual object classification being a truck here in this little icon. So and in this case, I've got this camera configured to only show and only record when a human being or a vehicle is in the scene. That saves the customer a ton of bandwidth. It also saves a lot of time on looking through incidences and how much video we have to scrub on our timeline. We can see how quickly we can get to any of those alerts and see items of actual interest on my timeline there. So very cool. Let's go ahead and snap back to live view, and I'm just going to add in another camera from a different site entirely, just because we are a global platform. I want to show off what it looks like to bring in cameras from multiple sites into this single pane of glass. So here I've got my lake place, that's one location with the patio entrance, and then here I've got the lab in the office with a different camera. So two different cameras streaming simultaneously at the same time, all in a single pane of glass. Very cool. We can snap this into full screen mode. In full screen, I can now pinch and zoom using, scroll bar or wheel mouse or anything else. Once zoomed in, we can drag and drop around. If I don't have, a mouse and I'm using a laptop, we can click in that PTZ while we digitally zoom around as well. So snap back out to full screen view, and we'll also show off how quick it is to really find a camera. So if I have a long listing of sites, if I have hundreds of sites, thousands of cameras, and I just want to see my lobbies, as we've talked about a few times, there's my office lobby. I can simply click add and do that. So this is a fuzzy search, so as soon as I get within the ballpark of what I'm looking for, it'll actually add that into that search bar there. So very cool. Let's go back and look at how YourSix talks about we always monitor the status of devices. So we'll pull up one site here for an example. I can see the name of my device, the serial number of it, the model of that camera, that it's on the latest firmware that the manufacturer has to offer. So YourSix always keeping the devices up to date, and that the health status of that device is online as well. So at the same time here, really just showing our promise to always keep devices up to date, cyber secure, and have your back for making sure the cameras are actually online and in a healthy state. The worst case scenario that we don't ever want to see is a customer losing footage because the device was offline and they didn't realize it. So thank you for watching this quick demo. I enjoyed it. Hope you did as well. Excellent. Let's talk about next steps before we wrap up. First step is to reach out to your channel manager and get a full demonstration of the product and dive deeper into what partnering with YourSix looks like. At the same time, it's a great idea to head over to YourSix Partner Portal and get registered up to view the content library and start co-branding marketing material. These tools will help you open the conversations with your end users and line up a call between the prospect and your channel manager. I'll pause on this slide for a moment so everyone can take notes on core contacts at YourSix. Jason Everton is the channel manager responsible for your territory and works alongside our channel chief, Ken Worcester, and Corey Adpower, who is a sales engineer for your region. Thank you so much for watching.